back in the starting chance in the far post, and Harry Kane doesn't miss those. Brilliant, and gets the deflection. It's a third goal, created by and scored by Ebere Eze. And just like Reece.
On the whole camp, the 2 games, your first camp as England manager, happy, satisfied?
Yeah, very happy because of the players mainly. Stuff was amazing. Organization of the camp was absolute top. But the players made the difference, of course, like always. They reminded me instantly why I was excited about the job, because of these players, top characters, very good group. I think we had some excellent days on the pitch, but also off the pitch, good energy and very positive atmosphere. From the start until the beginning, everyone wants to give his best. Everyone is proud to play for England. Everyone wants to be in the starting 11, wants to come on. It was a good atmosphere, a good start. I think we need exactly these kind of matches, even in the tension of a World Cup qualifier, and also in the tension that not everything falls into place from the first minute. To get to know each other better, to learn from each other, and that's the big takeaway. There is still room to improve, but overall we have 2 wins, 2 clean sheets. We did not allow anything in any big chances in 2 matches, so there's a lot of positives to take away and still room to improve. It's a good start.
It's the back, third row back there. Thanks, Grace.
Hi Thomas, lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Reece James had an excellent game. He scored playing from right back. How do you rate his performance? And also, what do you make of his club manager, Enzo Maresca, saying that he sees him more as a midfielder, more as a midfielder rather than a right back? Do you see him as a right back in this team? Have you ever thought about putting him into the midfield or a different position?
I think we did, but very, very rarely with Chelsea. I think if you play a dominant match like today, he can be, like in the last 20 minutes, a hybrid midfielder where he comes from the left or right fullback position and helps in midfield to create an overload, because he has the quality on the ball to accelerate with his passes, to play chip balls, to switch sides. He's very confident. Once it's an open game and a lot of transitions through midfield, I'm not so sure if it would suit him perfectly. There cannot be any doubt about Reece's quality in itself. It's the highest level. We were in close contact in the last weeks, and we were absolutely sure that and clear that he trained for several weeks without pause. If he didn't play, it was a choice of the club. He was not injured. They protected him, which is fair enough. So we knew that he's in good shape. We knew that he's in a good space mentally, and that's what he proved. He was very positive throughout camp and full of quality, and showed it today on the pitch.
Hi Thomas, you mentioned against Albania how
to sum up the performance.
Yeah, I think it was a strong performance from us. We know what we need to do today, and it was important to win, and that was the main thing. We done well.
Your first start for England in 2.5 years. What a way to crown it.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I've had a frustrating 2.5 years. I'm so happy to get called up for my country again, and I'm happy to play.
Well, tell us about the free kick. What a strike.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the wall and I felt I could bend it round, and thankfully I managed to hit the back of the net.
Eberiche, what a strike.
Say again?
What a strike.
Yeah, you know the qualities that he's got. He's capable of hitting dead balls like that, and it's expected at his quality.
A relaxed celebration, shall we say?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised it actually hit the net. I thought the keeper could have maybe got there, but looking at the replay, it was probably tough.
And Mauricio, you come on then and make an impact. That was key, obviously. That would have been the message from the manager.
Yeah, for sure. I always want to impact the game whenever I play, however long I get. And today it's come off, and again, I'm happy to get a goal as well, contribute.
Well, here it is.
Yeah, I just tried to create space, try to destabilise the defender and get my shot off, and it worked today.
And just briefly, you've worked with Thomas before. What's this week told you about him and how he'll be as England manager?
Sorry, what did you say?
How will Thomas...
For that moment for a long time, and I made my debut many years ago, and I thankfully managed to score today.
After all the injury problems you've had, after how tough the last few years have been for you, what's going through your mind when you score a goal like that?
That means a lot more to me. The last 2.5, 3 years have been a struggle, as you mentioned. I had lots of injuries and it's been tough, but towards the back end of this season I've been playing consecutively, and I'm happy to be back playing for my club and for my country on a regular basis.
You didn't seem to celebrate. Was that just the pure emotion of it? What was that all about?
No, I didn't celebrate because by the time it hit the net and I realised it hit the net, everyone had already surrounded me, so I didn't really have time to run anywhere.
The thing is as well, you look at the players that you've got in that side that can take free kicks, the specialists, such as yourself, but you've got Jude Bellingham in there, you've got Declan Rice who takes them, you've got so many options, Harry Kane as well. How did you manage to persuade them that it was you that you should take it?
No, we all lined up and they thought it was a bit far, and I thought it was a good distance. So we had a little discussion, and they said for me to take, and thankfully I scored.
You've had to be so patient with all the injuries that you've had. You're now back in the England side, and there's competition for places there. You know that very, very well. How do you see that competition and your role within it now? Have you never been as hungry as this for an England place?
Yeah, of course. I mean, England is one of the best teams across the world. Of course, there's going to be competition. It's expected. The same, just like my club, there's competition. There's nothing new. I back myself and my ability. I just hope I can stay healthy and keep pushing on from here.
You know Thomas Tuchel so well as well from Chelsea, of course.